Hello and thanks for watching this Cloud9 ERP Solutions video and subscribing to our channel. In this video, we're going to show you how to update pricing. So here we have a list of inventory stock items, and you can see the items over here and the default price. But maybe we want to bring this into Excel, make some price changes, and then update the pricing back in Acumatica. So the first thing we might do there is first dump this to Excel. We'll open up our Excel spreadsheet. And we have every column here from that view, that generic inquiry view, whatever the columns were and however we position them, they're there. So let's insert another column and we'll call this modified price. And maybe what we're doing here is we're taking this price and we're increasing it by 10%, so times 1.1. And we could, of course, do a lot of different things in Excel. This is certainly not a lesson in Excel. I'll double click here, though, and I'll update all of the items. This is the new price column. Now what I'll do is I'll save this. And now back in Acumatica, there's a couple of different ways to import the pricing. So the first way we can do is an import scenario. So if we go to import scenarios, you have two options here. The import scenario profile allows you to configure the mapping in advance and then continue to use it. The actual transaction allows us to call upon the profile that we set up and actually perform the import. If we don't have a profile set up, we can go to import by scenario, click on plus here, and the system will ask us to browse for a brand new file. We can select that file, click upload, and then Acumatica will ask us, well, what screen do we want to go to? So we're looking for the stock item screen. And we don't want the list, the primary list. We want the stock item profile page. So make sure you select that. And then it automatically knows this is an Excel file. It's giving us a scenario name called import stock items. And now notice you see a small change here on the screen. There's now a mapping tab. So while this is an import scenario transaction, we can map it here instead of setting up a profile. So, and again, this mapping looks a little different. On the left-hand side, you see the source field file, the one we're going to import from, the one that it's in the Excel spreadsheet, and the target object. So the target object we only need is under the summary. We want the inventory ID. We need to map that. We don't need anything else here except for the modified price. That's the field we're changing. For over here, the target object, if you're not sure, you have the listing here. You can go into the menu here and click View Screen, but it looks like we'll have to save it first and then maybe try View Screen again. No, View Screen's not available. Maybe because it thinks it's open. I don't see it here. But if we go to Inventory and we go to Stock Items, I'll hold the Control key down on my keyboard to open up a different tab. And I'll open up any one item. Doesn't matter. Now I can see the screen layout. And if I go to Price Cost, I can see that my default price is under Price Management. Normally that would be where your default price is. And typically Acumatica holds to that standard. However, on this screen, we're going to have to do a little digging. MSRP, there's the default price. So it's not shown here. Typically you'd see some sort of header and that's what you follow. So you got your price cost as the tab, then you got your section here. In this case, it's not there, it's under MSRP. So now we have these two mapped. Now, if we created the profile, Acumatica would ask us to do a script and actually put a save new record and everything, but we don't have to do that in this screen. We hit the Save button and go back to our Prepare Data tab. Click on Prepare. Now this gives us a listing of all of the data from the Excel spreadsheet. So we can see our new column here. And if we hit Import, you can see our import is done now. Now, if we go over to our stock items and we go back to our main page, you can now see that our Acer laptop's got the 550 price instead of the 500. So that's one way you can update your pricing. However, if we go to sales prices, you have two options here. You have sales prices and sales price worksheets. You go to sales prices, Acumatica will automatically look at the default pricing. So in that profile, we had a default price, but only if there's nothing under base pricing or customer price classing. So if we go to base pricing and maybe we search for our Acer item, just to filter it out, you can see we have one base price here already, and that price is 500. So even if I write a new sales order, I'm not going to get that 550 price because there's a base price that's overwritten it. So I could do one of two things. Obviously, I could delete this, but then I'd have to go to every single one. Or I need to import my pricing here under sales prices instead of at the stock item price level. And the import scenario, I don't believe, works in this screen. However, we can create a price worksheet. So if we create a brand new price worksheet, we give it the effective date. That's critical because all documents written after or on this date will pick up this pricing. Notice the worksheet picked up the item we had. But the big thing is I can hit this load records from a file, browse for my file, click upload. So here I'm going to choose, if we scroll down, for modified price, I'm going to put that into the pending price column. This is all about pending and finalized pricing because until we release this document, the pricing doesn't go into effect. So if we click OK here, we're now bringing in that entire list of pricing. Now, one caveat here, it brought it in as customer price class instead of base. So what we need to do is insert a column and put the word base in there. We'll save it. Go back to our worksheet. Upload in a new one. And notice price type got automatically mapped because the column heading matches from Excel. We'll choose pending price here. And now we have a spreadsheet that's updated with base pricing and our new pending price. Now, if we remove the hold and we release it, we now have our pricing updated. Now, keep in mind, what we did in Excel, I get it. We could have used calculate pending pricing. Take a look at our other videos on how to use this screen for more advanced pricing. We could have said calculate pending price, taken the existing one, and put a 1.1 factor in there, and that would have updated it. But we're assuming in Excel you're going to do some more advanced things. But what you saw here is our ability to either import using an import scenario to the stock item profile, or the ability to import using the load records from a file here and bringing the pricing that way. If you have any questions about this or anything else Acumatica, feel free to reach out to us. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Thanks so much and have a great day.